All right, guys, injuries from the game. Nick Martin had a concussion, never returned. Ben Barch left with a foot, didn't return. And Juice left with ribs, did not return. Go ahead. No. They didn't show anything broken here, but check again tomorrow.
What do you think this game seemed to come in third quarter, maybe on that fourth down stop where they launched the snap?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it would be this is actually how we kind of expected today to go. We were really hoping we could get some turnovers, not turn it over on offense. We're hoping for some big plays from special teams, which we got the huge one with Sky on the return, got a huge one on the turnover. I looked at it as almost our D got 3 turnovers because I think we got them off on 3 4th downs. When you play that way, just eventually you're going to get the points, and we did. So I was real proud of the guys for not turning it over and getting into some situations.
First several plays we had, Brock on the rolling out, and he seemed to be moving, pretty almost kind of pre-injury form. Has he talked to you, or have you sensed that he's just further along since he's returned with that injury?
No, the week he came back, he was 100%, and we haven't been worried about it since with any movements or anything like that.
You have said he was going to be healthy until the offseason.
Right.
Okay. Is that not true?
No, we're allowed. He can do boots, and he does those fine. So anytime he runs, I mean, he's doing all right. So.
On the broadcast, they said that he hadn't run a steel plate in his cleat, but he isn't anymore. Is that correct?
Those are questions I don't ask him, so I'm not even sure.
Did you happen to catch his touchdowns over again?
I did, yeah. I thought it was pretty good. He told us he was going to do that if he scored, told the team. So we had pressure on him to do it, so he couldn't let them down, so it was nice.
Was that the first time you've ever called his own referee?
I don't think so. No, we've caught a few.
After they scored at the end of the first half there, how important was it for Kittle to make that catch and then get down there and get down?
That was huge. We were almost not going to go for it. Just going into the wind like that with 37 seconds left, the odds of, with their pass rush, making something bad happen seemed a little bit higher than going and scoring, but Ricky made that big 3rd down, got us down there. Throwing that go route in the wind like that, just going into that way, that was a big-time play by Brock and a huge catch by George.
Jordan and Malik getting in on that 4th down stop in the first, how'd that set the tone for your defense?
I thought the D was setting the tone all day, really. I mean, they got that one score with the double move. I think they ran it, felt like 9 plays in a row, set it up and got that score. And every drive after that, man, I thought our D was real good. Made some adjustments at halftime, did better in the run game, I thought, in the second half. But 4th down was the big, as good as turnovers when you stop them on 4th down.
Anything specific you can share about what you adjusted, especially in the run game?
Just, I think, going to more 5-man fronts and nickel.
How impressed are you with Clee coming in here? He's got 4 sacks in 4 games.
He's done a hell of a job. I mean, we loved having Clee here a couple years ago when we had him. Since his first day here, he's been the same guy. He's given us a lot of juice when we've been down.
When you're facing Myles Garrett, obviously you got Trent there, but it seemed like Brock was able to sense him and get away from pressure a couple times. How do you guys do against Myles?
He's a challenge. I mean, it's someone you're thinking about every single play. You think about him throughout the week when you're trying to game plan. He moved around a lot more than usual today, which made it a little bit tougher. We weren't perfect against him, but I was proud of the guys, how we handled him.
What is the latest buy you could possibly have going to be 9-4 at this point? What is just kind of your assessment of where you guys are going into?
I love where we're at right now. I believe we'd be in the playoffs today if it started, and we got 4 more games left to make sure we continue that. It's been a long wait for a bye week. I've never had one this late. I don't know anyone on our team who has. It's finally here, mentally and physically. It'll be awesome to rest and then be able to come back from that with 4 games to play for a chance to get in the playoffs is everything we could ask for.
What do you give? Do you give them a whole week? Or
No, we'll come in for a couple days. We'll do a day after a game tomorrow. Probably do a little bit workout on Tuesday, and then we'll decide from there.
First half, it looked like Sanders had a couple of long completions, including that touchdown at the end. Second half, just a matter of turning up the pressure on them.
Not really. I just then we got them up. We stopped their run better in the second half. We had them backed up on that one long drive, but I think they ran it, I'm just guessing, like 10 times in a row. And they had a double move set up, and we didn't come off in a certain coverage and left the guy wide open. After that, though, I thought we put him in some worse situations, had him in some 3rd and longs, and when it's 3rd and long, it's tough to get guys past the chains, and that's when our guys stepped it up and got some sacks.
What do you think of Sky Moore is giving you really the last 3 games?
I think Sky's been awesome. We keep saying he's just, you can feel him for a while now, getting better and better. Every time he gets the ball, we feel like he's got a chance to go. And our goal this week was to score on special teams, which he got real close again. But as long as you end up scoring on offense at a big one, then it doesn't matter. So I told him thanks for allowing the offense to get those points. But that was huge in this game.
Luke Gifford said this week, I feel like the special teams, they've talked about it, feeling like they can be a weapon now, not just, kind of placeholding. Do you feel like they are taking a step in that direction?
Yeah, definitely. I think they have been a weapon. Probably at least this last month. I mean, both returns. Whether it's a kick return or whether it's a punt return, we made some big plays in that, and we made some big plays at some important times too. The biggest challenge today, what we were saying with the special teams, was we were hoping to get some big plays, but also not make any dumb plays with penalties and things like that. And we had one, which ended up giving them a 2-point conversion, which was disappointing. But besides that one, I think we were pretty clean the rest of the day.
All right. Can you walk us through the catch you made at the end of the first half and how important that play was?
Yeah, it's just we call it a Spartan, and it's basically just like a box fade, wide and go. Guy was playing outside leverage, which is usually not a good thing, but he just kind of opened the gate, and we broke through that into some hard wind. And I was really happy he just gave me the op on it. I think if there was no wind, I think that was a really easy touchdown. But, it's fun to just work for that plays. And, to get that and then to have a doink kick go in, huge from the momentum. I mean, how about Matt? Just stepped up and made every kick that we've needed him to since Eddie's been out. So, huge fan of him. He's definitely earned a slap on the back.
It has been said that Brock was practicing the Dougie all week, and Kyle said he promised you guys that he would do it, but you looked pretty shocked by the touchdown.
I just is really good at it, and I was more just surprised. I mean, God forbid a white guy has a little bit of motion.
George, how at 9-4 going into the bye week and waiting this bye forever? Just how well positioned do you
We have been.
Yeah.
Week 14 bye is crazy.
How well positioned do you feel like this team is to go into the bye, get some rest, and then make a run down?
I mean, I think looking from the outside in, if people would have said, hey, you guys are going to be 9-4 going into the bye, and you're not going to have Fred Warner or Nick Bosa, and Kittle's going to miss the first 5 weeks, and Brock's going to miss 6-7 games, I think a lot of people would have laughed at everybody. And, kudos to our coaching staff, Coach Shanahan, Lynch for bringing in the right guys to fill in those spots, developing players, to take advantage of those situations. How about Clelin Ferrell, just coming back? I mean, it's fantastic. I think we're set up really well. These bye weeks, get tricky because I think guys have just been looking forward to it. And so, our message, I think Kyle say the message tomorrow is just like, hey, get away, do whatever you have to do. But just remember when we come back, we have 4 incredibly difficult games that are going to hopefully set us up to do something fun, after the last game.
Normally, on a 3-game win streak, I would ask, you probably don't want to buy. I'm guessing that's not applicable in this case.
I think everybody wants to buy.
Yeah, how much are you looking forward to?
Oh, dear. It's really, when you have a week 14 bye and it's like week 11 or 12 and you're sitting there like, we got 3 more games. You don't want to look ahead, but at the same time, it's like, we can do it. We can just lock in for 3 games, and then everyone's going to get that little bit of time off. And I think it'll be great for everybody. Every single person. I mean, when you're this part of the season, if you're 100% healthy, then you're probably not playing the game the right way. You're not playing with enough effort, you're not playing with enough grit. So I think everybody will just take a little bit of time, rest up, work out a little bit, and just be ready to roll and hit the ground running versus the Titans.
With all the injuries you guys have gone through, was there ever any doubt that you'd be at this point, or did you guys always, for lack of a better term, keep the faith in God?
I don't think there was ever any doubt. I would just say, when Mac Jones came in and just started, slicing and dicing, I think that just gave everybody a lot of confidence. And then, Christian's having the year that he's having, 800 in the NFL in targets, catches, all of the above, and rushings. He's a monster. So, and then, our O-line has stayed relatively healthy the entire time. And, if, Jake was down for a game and a half, Hennessy came in and played at a high level for us. So, I think guys are just stepping up. But, when you lose your people, the guys who you've paid, your franchise players, and guys step up and they can still play at a high level, it just gives the whole team confidence. And we've had a bunch of rookies step up too. I cannot get over Alfred Collins. I just think he's such a good player. And you just see his effort out there. If you guys watch the All-22, I just think he's making so many plays and so much effort and so much hustle, and I'm just so proud of him.
Brock, I think the other day you said you knew this was going to be a blue-collar game. Obviously, you always want to take care of the ball and not turn it over, but how much was that emphasized? How important was it to put a 0 in that column today?
Yeah, it's huge. Coming here against a great defense like that, and just the conditions that we were playing in, I think it comes down to protecting the ball and letting the defense do their thing, and then when we have the opportunities to strike on offense, we got to capitalize on it. So, that was really the mindset, last night when all the quarterbacks are going over the game, and right when we got out to the field to warm up, like you could tell it was going to be that kind of game. So that was really our mindset.
You're facing third and long, and right before halftime, at what point did you just go, all right, let's go, let's get some points before the half?
Yeah, I mean, we needed it. We needed some momentum, and obviously we're trying to be smart, but within that, there's the game of, all right, I got to be aggressive and go for our matchup when we get it, and our opportunity to push the chains and move the ball down the field. Ricky won on a one-on-one matchup, so even though it's like windy and stuff, it's like you gotta make it happen at some point, and so I feel like that drive really got us going, got our confidence going, and it bled into the second half for sure.
Did you have more fun against Myles Garrett than you expected?
I mean, dude, I have nothing but respect for him. So it was fun competing against him for sure. But it's always, where is he on the field? So
There was a play there late that it looked like he came over and said something to you. I don't think it was the sack, it was something else. So what was the exchange there?
yeah, we had a keeper or a bootleg, and I rolled out, and he was right there, and I was like, oh man. So I threw the ball away. He's like, come on, bro, and smiled at me, and I was like, I'm sorry, bro. But it's nothing but love and respect. He's really cool, but I mean, he's a monster, so you got to be smart in certain situations like that.
On the broadcast, they said that you were wearing a steel plate in your cleat earlier in the season, but you're not anymore. Is that true? When were you wearing it, and when did you feel like you didn't need it anymore?
Just that Jacksonville game is when I wore it, and then after that, I didn't like it, and so all the games since, I hadn't worn a steel plate.
We also see you have a contraption on your arm. What exactly is it? Why do you like it? Is that going to be something you use in cold weather games for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I've been doing that my whole career, actually. When just later in the season, games get a little cold and whatnot, I'd throw it on. It's literally just like a little arm heat thing. So, but yeah, I've been doing that.
Kyle mentioned that you promised you were going to do the touchdown celebration, and apparently there was a lot of practice that went into it. Kind of what was the origin of that, and how did that go?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been able to Dougie, but I haven't really just done it, publicly. And so, my wife, she could tell you actually, like I annoy her in the kitchen and all that kind of thing. So that's where I got my practice. But yeah, I told the team, said if we're scoring, we're gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna hit the Dougie. So I got an op to do it, so I did it. So.
What was the play call, Brock, and how often did you practice that?
It was really just read the guy on the end of the line of scrimmage, and if he crashes, pull it in that situation. And we had practiced it this week for sure. And so anyways, it happened, and once I got in the end zone, I was there by myself for a little bit, and I was like, all right, I'm going to Dougie.
This super late bye, I guess Hulk looking forward to that. Just how do you feel the team is positioned right now to make a push coming out of the bye?
Yeah, I mean, every game is so huge. You got to find momentum throughout every game, and it doesn't matter what you've done in the past, good or bad. It's about the next game. And we're obviously 9-4. We got a bye, which is great for us to be able to heal up and feel good. But we got to have the same mindset, come the end of next week when we get back ready to game plan for our next game. And so that mindset, we can't lose it. Every game matters. It's huge. This is the most important time of the year for sure. But we just got to take it one day at a time, one game at a time, and keep building our momentum. So.
Apologies.
Last one.
Fastest. How bummed were you when you didn't see any rain or snow in the forecast?
Honestly, like yesterday we got here and there was snow all over, or 2 days ago, and then yesterday it was snowing late at night. So I woke up this morning, I was like, all right, it is what it is. We just got to go find a way to win. It doesn't matter how or what, protect the ball, play within our offense, and let our defense and special teams do their thing also, and be smart. So it didn't matter what it was going to look like. We just got to find a way, and for me as a quarterback, protect the ball and get it done. So that was the mindset.
Did you become a big admirer of Sky Moore's punt returns?
Yeah, he's the man, dude. Just last week, or what was that, 2 weeks ago, against the Cardinals for his kick return, and then today to be able to have that punt return like that, create some momentum, allow us to score pretty quick. Like, he's the man.
In general, Brock, do you feel the special teams, especially over the last month, it seems like they have, in pretty much all phases, kind of come along. You guys talk about complementary football. What has that meant for you guys as a team to string these wins through?
I mean, it's huge. Special teams, like, they've completely just, I think, been the heart of our team with getting us great field position and allowing us to score quick and getting stops. And then obviously when another team messes up, like our guys are running down there and they're capitalizing by getting the ball back for us. Our special teams has been amazing, man. So it's a three-way area of winning: offense, defense, and special teams. And if you overlook special teams, man, it can hurt you, but we're on top of it, and our guys have been balling in that area. So huge shout out to our special teams.
You guys have 9 wins now in the season, so how does that feel finally going into the bye?
Feels great, yeah. I mean, anytime you get a win going into a bye, it's a big deal. So, get some time to freshen up, get some rest, and come back ready for a stretch.
How long has it felt like to get to this point? Like, this is as late as it could possibly be. Is it been a stretch to get to this point?
Yeah, I can't believe it's here. I felt like for a while it just wasn't going to come. So, yeah, it's nice to get some rest.
How well do you think you guys are positioned here, 9-4, going into the bye, and a chance to kind of recharge for the final stretch?
Yeah, I think, for us it's just about one day at a time right now. Just rest up, recover, and, come back. When we come back for this next game, just taking it one day at a time like we have. But I love our character, I love our urgency, and I like where we're at.
When you went down, when Fred went down, when Brock went down, was there ever any doubt in the locker room, or did you guys always, this is a bad term, but kind of keep the faith knowing you get to this point?
Yeah, I mean, you always have faith. Anytime you step on a football field, it's you have a chance to win. So our guys don't blink. We don't worry about outside distractions. We just focus on what we can control and just maintaining that competitive stamina throughout every game, throughout the whole year.
There were a couple of fourth down stops by your defense. Were you paying attention on those plays, like getting ready to go out there? Or
Yeah. Yeah, I was paying attention.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, did you see like the I guess the first one, Malik and Jordan got in, and the second one they botched the fumble back there. Did you hear the referee yell on the mic, boom, that way?
No, I did not. No, but our defense stepped up huge, man. I mean, they've been playing amazing defense and special teams, just having a complete football game. That's a really good defense. We knew it was going to be a grimy game, and so for the defense and the special teams to step up and put us in really good positions was awesome.
Did you know much about Sky Moore before you got here? You were talking about a little bit the lift he's giving you guys with some of these big plays.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously knew who he was, but man, I think this whole entire year, just anytime he gets the ball, I love the way he hits it. He's built for this team. He plays with zero hesitation, and it's good to see him start to break some of these long ones because for the whole first half of the year, we were always like, man, he's hitting it the right way. Every time the ball's in his hands, he plays with no hesitation. He's fast, he's physical, he runs really hard, and we knew it was just a matter of time before some of these big ones were going to start to hit, and he's been doing a hell of a job putting us in a great position.
Do a couple more.
Reverend's very north-south. It takes courage. He's not the biggest guy.
Yeah.
Do you admire that in him?
Absolutely, man. I mean, you said it. It takes a lot of courage, and he's, like I said, he's built for this team, and he gives us a huge spark.
What can you say about the offensive line's play today against Ontario and that?
They did a hell of a job, and that was a trenches game, and it wasn't pretty. I gotta, hope we want some more explosives, and that part's on me. But they did a hell of a job. That's a really good defense, like I said, and for them to come out and for us to maintain possession on even some of those long drives was big. And again, just a complete football win. But the offensive linemen, they work so hard, continuing to open up lanes. So it's just up to us backs to hit it.
You guys
Last one here.
Field position today. How nice is it? I think a couple of drives started in the red zone, and then a couple more was in plus territory ready to get that sort of lift from other units.
That's huge. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, that's sometimes how football goes. So to be able to start, in plus territory is massive.
How has it felt to come back and make such an impact so quickly?
I think for me, it's just not taking it for granted. When I came back, this team was right in the thick of it. And at the end of the day, the biggest reason why I came back here was because I wanted to win. So I'm just thankful for my teammates, coaches, everybody in the building just helped me, get prepared and be ready for the moment. So it was good. It was good. I'm excited.
It seemed like the first half there'd be a lot of pass rush opportunities if you could stop the run. How did you guys in the second half kind of turn that around?
I think it's mostly gets back to what you was talking about, just stopping the run. We obviously, talented young quarterback, but, very fresh. So we knew that maybe the playbook wasn't going to be as big, and this is a cold environment, a lot of wind. So we knew they were going to come out and try to run the ball with a good back. 10 is a good back. So once we got that under control, we were able to really put some pressure on. And the offense helped out too, obviously.
You was more five-man fronts second half?
Yeah, more five-man front, and really just trying to do anything to rattle that offensive line. A lot of twists, different things like that. That was the biggest thing.
Particularly after being a healthy scratch a couple weeks ago, you feel a little bit of vindication here?
I wouldn't say vindication, regardless of I'm not owed anything from this team. You know what I mean? My first two games, I was just trying to get back in the swing of things. Was happy to go out there and help the team, but I'm just ready for the opportunity whenever it comes. So I'm just trying to stay prepared, for sure.
Myles Garrett gets a lot of attention going into this game. Leads the league in sack. You got 2 sacks. You got 1 today. Does it fire you up at all just knowing that there's a guy on the other side of the field that?
Hey, regardless of, I learned that you can pull motivation from anything, but I think the biggest thing, motivator for us and as a team is just, we got somewhere we're trying to get to at the end of the year. So we hear the noise. Obviously, the offense and Trent, they had a great task with Myles today, but at the end of the day, the D-line, we just focused on taking that next step and getting ready for playoff and in the December ball, for sure.
What's ultimately changed from the week you got here till now? It seems like you guys are playing cleaner, less mistakes.
I think it's, from my perspective, being new, this team didn't listen to any other noise. You know what I mean? I think it's the biggest word is belief. Belief, regardless of who's in there. I think this team really just shows we have a lot of good players that can really, really play, regardless of who's in there, and they're confident in themselves. And the coaches give us that belief that, regardless of who's out there, if you in the 49er jersey, you can go out there and have a chance to win the game. So, this is good.
Clelin, you bounced around a little bit last week. And maybe at the end. But you have 4 sacks in 4 games. Career high is 1.5 sacks in a season. Are you
Peaking?
Yeah.
We shall see, right? I think for me, I think I'm just trying to, stick to my process. At the end of the day, if you focus on results, you always let yourself down. Just focus on the process. And I think, the process really paid off today. So I'm going to try to tune it up some more next week. And I'll look up at the end of the year and give you a better response on if I'm peaking or not yet.
Chris had a few words with you in the locker room. What did he have to say?
Belief. He just told me, like you say, players here, we all came here through different things, and regardless of what it is, Chris just always tells us he believes in us. And that's all a player, sometimes just really needs, to go out there and have the confidence just to really cut it loose. And I think for someone like myself, definitely being in a young group, he just really re-emphasized, we got this. Let's take this game over, or let's really have our own will impact on this game. So, Coach Chris, it wasn't too much. It's just you got this. You got this. That was the biggest thing.
Obviously, you have the whole season, but can you feel from the guys who have been playing this whole season how much they're looking forward to a bye that has taken, it seems like?
Most definitely. I've never been a part of a bye this late that I can remember in the season. So I think the biggest thing was just these guys really emptied the tank this week. That was one of the first things that I really, really noticed. Guys, just the routine, the way guys was in early. And I'm like, when you get a bye week coming up, and regardless of what people say about the Browns, you can kind of get a little bit lax, but guys really, really emptied the tank this week with preparation and today. So it's just not taking it for granted, for sure.
Around the trade deadline, there was a lot of talk about this team adding premier pass rusher, especially when you lose Nick early in the season. You and Keon came in here, with expectations for impact early. Was today proof of concept? He gets a sack, you get 2, are able to contribute.
I don't think one game is proof of a concept. I just think today just proved that, everybody that's on that D-line, regardless of whether you're new or been here, we just committed to wins and losses and doing whatever that takes. If it's getting sacks, if it's stopping the run, if it's, fighting all game to get a sack and then maybe none, and then, you just got to make a play at the end, like Albert Collins back against the Rams, you know what I'm saying? So it's just that commitment to winning, because regardless of wherever you playing at, if you winning, the play just looks 10 times better. So I think that mindset just leads us to all the other stuff.
How important was the complementary football that you guys were able to play today?
It's super important, man. That's what football is about. There's 11 guys out there, so whenever you're able to go out there and have a complete game, defense did a really good job, getting stops where it made it easier on the offense. And then obviously Sky making big plays too on special teams to get us down there and get us some points. So it was really good.
Did you like your game plan against Myles Garrett?
I don't really know. I got to watch film. I'm too busy running my route, so I don't really know if he was getting back there or not. But there's a few plays I know Brock was running around, but for the most part, I feel like we did good.
How did the cold impact you today?
I'm from Arizona, played in Florida, so it was pretty chilly for me. But as far as playing, I like actually playing in cold weather like this. It makes it feel like you can run forever. So, it wasn't bad at all. I'm kind of used to that
from last year, Buffalo game. Yeah, that one was pretty gnarly. So a game like this, it wasn't as bad.
What's it been like getting back up to speed these last few weeks?
It's been good, man. Obviously my numbers don't, show, but I feel like, I'm getting my feet underneath myself and I'm running good routes, and whenever we come out with wins like this, there's probably a lot more than, you can see on the stat sheet as far as, blocking for the running backs, running routes for other people to get open, and, even just putting another threat out there on offense, so I feel like I'm doing just fine as far as, going out there and doing my job and running routes. Obviously I can get better, and that's my mentality is each day get better. How can I get better? Watching film, seeing what I need to do, and, moving forward, that's always my mindset.
The injuries that you guys have had, that you've personally had to be 9-4 and now entering your bye week and you guys are right in the thick of the playoff hunt, just how nice is it at this point?
Yeah, it definitely feels really good. Every time you win, we got to celebrate each win, But having injuries like that in the beginning, I think it just shows the depth of this team, the talent on this team, and then just the leaders too, keeping everybody up, building energy off each other, because it's really easy when you have injuries like that to be down about ourselves. But, when we got leaders and people in our room like that, to get us going and have energy, it makes everything easier.
What do you think about Brock Purdy's swag? It seems like he's kind of getting into a rhythm, right?
Yeah, no, he definitely got swag. Everybody said he got Brock Purdy aura, so he was hitting the Dougie after that celebration. He was practicing all week, and was asking. He was asking for pointers and stuff like that. But I said, you got it, bro. Just do it. Just do it when you score. So he did it. Yeah.
Who was his teacher?
Who was his teacher? I don't know. He claimed that he watched me a few times, but I don't know if that's so true. But he does a good job of bringing the swag to the game. I actually told him yesterday, I was like, bro, we need that Brock Purdy swag back, and he brought it today. So.
It seems like he's confident you guys he would do the dance if he scored.
Wait, so what?
He said that he promised you guys he would do the dance if you scored.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely promised. He was practicing. He was practicing in the practice field, and then he was practicing in the locker room too. Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
I mean, George Kittle looked ultimately surprised.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. Were you guys surprised?
Yes.
You were surprised? Okay, that's probably George's same reaction, but I wasn't surprised. I saw it.
I mean, it does seem like he's getting his rhythm back after maybe a little bit of a slow start coming back from his toe injury.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't think it's as much of a slow start. I think there's a lot of factors that go into it. Brock's a hell of a quarterback, hell of a player, and really good teammate. So I don't think I would say that he had a slow start or anything like that. I think there's a lot of variables that get in. You can also say that maybe I had a slow start too, but there's a lot of variables that go into that too. So I think it's a great team effort. We're getting wins, and that's ultimately what matters.
Pretty good. I mean, obviously, game with Chief in there, but. I think it's a plan as an offense and O-line. I think, we did a fantastic job up front protecting Brock. You limit him to 1. I mean, you want it to be 0, but the guy's a great player. He's having a record year, so, hope he gets it. But, I'm glad it wasn't us today.
Is it just you being aware everywhere he's lined up, every play?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be aware when you see him. We had some protection stuff built into where we weren't following him, but, we had a pretty good, idea of where he was going to line up. But when we had our one-on-ones, we're going to have to win those. So our backs and tight ends did an awesome job for us today, chipping and munking and being helpful out there. So it was a great plan, and we executed it.
What about Brock Purdy's swag today?
The Dougie, yeah, he told us all as an offense when he scored he was going to do the Dougie. So it's great to have him back. I mean, he just brings kind of life to the huddle and obviously on the field. And when you feel that energy from your QB, it's awesome to have out there.
You like playing in this cold?
Hey, back to Ohio football. That's where I was born. It's good to play here. Finally playing in November. High school we weren't great, but glad it didn't rain. But it was a lot of fun today.
What do you say about the special teams and the defense pulling their weight too?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that special teams is kind of a question mark for us, and now that they've put that out and they're actually a weapon for us. So for them to usually won a game, they're coming through clutch, having a big return for us. So to have them and obviously the defense with guys missing, guys are stepping up and playing well. And when you can limit the team to 7 points, that's all you can ask for from your defense and special teams. So they make some huge plays for us, and we capitalize on it.
No, I missed it. We were all supposed to do it with him, but I forgot all about it.
How important was the complimentary football today for you guys?
Really important, really important. They got a heck of a run game, really good O-line. So we knew that they was going to run the ball. And the special teams we thought would be our ace in the hole. We've been doing great all year. Sky's been putting us in great position, and it continued today.
Momentum-wise, what did it do for you guys on the 2 4th down stops?
Oh, it's huge. it's huge. And I think one of them we got the ball in scoring territory. I think maybe twice. So that's to us, it's as good as a turnover.
Trent, what did you think about Brock Purdy's swag today, his celebration day?
Man, I missed it, but he's been practicing all week. I hated that I missed it. I forgot though.
Did you actually witness him practicing?
I did witness it in practice. It was pretty vibed out in practice.
So was that post-practice, pre-practice?
No, it was, walking through plays when he scored, he just kind of did his thing.
Okay.
I mean, is it fun to see him kind of break down because he is pretty game on, pretty businesslike?
Yeah. I think it's fun for everybody, because you never really see that side of him.
I believe this was the first time I can remember that Kyle wanted the ball to start the game by winning the toss. So, did you have any insight into the strategy, or was that a win thing for this game?
No, I think the weather was pretty good at kickoff. I think it's probably just a little foreshadowing that maybe it could, turn bad at halftime or later in the game. So, we try to get one clean drive out the way before, the weather picked up. But honestly, it never did, so it's pretty good.
Finally getting a bye in week 14, how are you planning on resting your body and just rehabbing?
Like you said, it's just resting, rehabbing, taking the load off, really. About the latest bye I think I've had in my career, so definitely need it.
Trent, going back to the last time you guys were here, do you feel a little bit more vindicated now that you got to play a full game against Miles, healthy?
Yeah, 100%. And we got the W, which means the most.
I know getting to the bye was more difficult because it was so late, but do you see this in the big picture potentially giving you guys more of a boost than you might have had in the summer?
100%. We get, we're going to get healthy, get some guys back. But yeah, we've been going nonstop since July, since we reported. So I think this bye week is much deserved, much needed, and it came at a perfect time. Coming off a 3-game winning streak and having 4 games to finish up the season, I think gives us time to reset.
Knowing Miles' ability more than the rest of us through your battles, is it surprising at all to see how many sacks that he's racked up this season?
Not at all. Not surprised, not one bit.
Jauan, how good did it feel to get out there after being here 2 years ago, getting the vindicated win?
Felt great.
Can you take me through your touchdown?
Wide open, great ball, perfect ball, and had a little celly at the end, felt great.
What did you think of Brock's celebration on his little QB sneak?
He's the man. Brock is him, you know what I'm saying? He did that for us at practice. We was expecting it, and it was great. Needed that.
Is it nice to see him kind of break from the business Brock side and have a little bit more fun out there?
It's always fun. Always fun to go out there and get a W, especially in the freezing cold with your brothers. Nothing like it.
What can you say about your defense and the positions they put you guys in today?
It was awesome. Special teams as well. As long as they keep doing that each and every week, it's going to be hard to lose.
Are you ready for Sky Moore to break one and get it all the way in the end zone?
We can't wait. I'm waiting on to see what Sky got cooked up for this silly. Can't wait.
We don't get to see all of practice, so we don't get to see guys practicing their celebrations. Is that a common thing, or is that something that Brock just pulled out?
Man, if y'all was there for Thanksgiving, y'all would have saw it, man. So thank you because y'all missed out on Thanksgiving, man.
9-4 going into this bye week with all the injuries you've had. What's it like in this locker room right now? There's a lot of guys not here, but you're still right in the thick of this.
Same mentality, going out there and being consistent, guys giving their all and coming back each and every week better. That's it.
It's nice to have Fred and Nick around the area too, just to kind of pass through.
It's always good to see those faces, man. This is kind of what we do it for. We do it for our brothers. Do it for our family, we do it for the fans. This is exactly what we do for. So to see those guys, we see them every day, almost. So, man, it means a lot. It means a lot to this organization. It means a lot to this team.
I know it's not enjoyable to play in these cold weather games, but is this type of game that you thrive in?
Always. I'm from Tennessee, man. So it wasn't too cold. Actually, the perfect weather to play in. Yeah.
Any sense of vindication going up getting a touchdown against these secondary that you've had some banter with the last couple times you've been here?
You say that one more time?
I said any sense of a vindication compared to the last time you guys were here and you've been able to get that touchdown on the Brown secondary that you've had some fun conversations with?
It was just fun. Overall fun game.
Yeah, the morale is just different. You can see it. You know, we got guys on this team that know what last year felt like, and now we know what's at stake this year, knowing where we can go, what we can achieve, and as long as we're together, we can go through anything.
Can you take me through the 4th and 1 stop in the first quarter where you burst through the gap?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just knew that it was a gotta-have-it play, and I seen the formation. I knew that gap was going to be open, so as soon as it parted up, I just shot my gun and was able to, you know, get him down, and then you saw the guys rally as well.
You were flying around like a missile out there. I know that's normal for you, but timing-wise, angle-wise, do you feel like you're hitting your peak right now this season?
Yeah, for sure. I just think I'm just starting to click at the right time, knowing coming into it, midway through the season, I knew there's going to be growing pains, so I can just feel myself getting more confident out there, you know, putting myself in position to make plays, and the guys, you know, having the trust in me. So all I got to do is do my 111, and then the guys are going to follow. So I'm just glad I'm able to put good stuff on tape.
This defense is starting to develop a reputation of coming through on 4th and 1s. I mean, it goes all the way back to that Rams game. Is Saleh and all of his assistants, are they putting you guys in? You mentioned you noticed exactly what was coming. Are they giving you good indicator tape for those situations?
Yeah, all the time. And at the same time, it's a certain mentality you also got to have 4th and 1. So he keeps it simple for us. All we got to do is just shoot our gun and, you know, get the ball carrier down. You know, 4th and 1 is whatever team wants it more. So you can see in both instances, you know, got to stop the first time, and then the second time, who knows, maybe it spooked them. That's why they fumbled the ball. Like, you know, just keep putting that on tape so, you know, later on teams won't try us in those situations.
How impressed are you with Clee? A month ago, he's not even on this team. Now he's tied for sacks, for most sacks on the team.
Yeah, Clee's a dog. You can see it with his preparation. Whenever he steps into the building, I knew it as soon as I met him. He's just someone that really, you know, takes his craft serious, you know, takes his recovery serious. You know, he does everything right. He's the standard of a 49ers football player. So, you know, I'm just really lucky, great to have him on the team.
This is one from last week, but did you ever get to clap back at your buddy JP for shutting down Bryce Young?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But JP actually hit me back because it just beat the Rams. So he definitely texted me after the game. So, you know, yeah, it was funny.